Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. Get settled. Let me know that you can hear me, and we are going to get right to it because I promise to share with you a super tip that wakes up. It wakes up eBay sales, and it gets that sales juice going for you, which is something we all love because every now and then things do get a little slow. In fact, I was just reading a comment from a seller friend. Hi, Sharon, saying, my sales have slowed down a little bit. What can I do without spending more money? That's always the question. It's like, how can I make more money with my eBay without spending more money? And this is my tip for you. This tip works with or without an eBay store. It's also a tip that you can do if you're a newer seller or a more experienced seller. Excuse me. And it also works in multiple categories. So it's going to work for you in clothing. It's going to work for you in media. This works in electronics. I really cannot think of any category it doesn't work in, but you'll let me know in case you can think of one. So I want to get right to it. And the subject that I want to tell you about today is eBay selling using product bundles and product lots. And I am very successful with both. I do very well with both. And I want to explain it to you. So a lot, L-O-T, a lot typically is a large amount. So when you go onto eBay, and by the way, this is a sourcing tip for you. There are people that sell lots, and there's people that sell wholesale lots and large lots on eBay to attract resellers. They're not looking for a consumer buyer, somebody who just wants to buy a nice eBay pink t-shirt. They're looking for a seller to buy a large amount. It's like a liquidation. And they're putting it on eBay to reach people. So no matter what category you're selling in case you're going through a period where you're having a tough time getting inventory, always check eBay. eBay is a great resource for buying lots to resell. You're going to buy. I did this when I first started selling on eBay. So if you don't know my background's performing arts. And I love old movies. I love movies from the 40s and the 50s. And this was back before a lot of them were out on DVD. They were pretty much the really good classical movies, particularly the more unique classical movies, were on VHS. And they were out of print. They were hard to find. And you could make really good money on eBay selling these vintage out of print VHS, which would sell for $30, $40, $50 for one VHS. And there are some VHS, in case you want to get busy selling VHS, there are VHS that still resell for very good prices. So when you're outsourcing, don't walk by VHS thinking, oh, it's VHS. It's so passe. People only stream and they only do DVD. Not necessarily. It depends on the content because some of those things are so unusual or just cannot be found on DVD. And the other thing is there are people that have VCR and they are very glad to buy VHS. So don't walk by it. So wholesale lot. So this is what I would do. Typically what would happen is somebody would have a relative pass or they were moving and they wanted to get rid of 30, 40, 50. I remember one lot I bought was over 100 VHS and they just want to get rid of them. So they're putting them onto eBay for a very reasonable price because they're just looking to get rid of it. They just want to clean the house, get it out of the garage, get it out of the attic. And this is still true. And this is true in all categories. So clothing, home decor, DVDs, books, puzzles, look for people. They just want to get rid of it. You know what I mean? So they have it for a really good price. Now, oftentimes the listing isn't great, so you're going to have to do your work. You're going to have to really look at the pictures, really try to figure out what's in there, see if they've got any kind of list, ask them questions. But oftentimes, at least I found with the VHS, they would take several pictures of this big pile of VHS. And from the pictures, I could tell that from the half a dozen or the dozen VHS that I could ID, I was going to easily make my money back, if not more. So there's a great way is to source from lots. But if you're a seller, especially when things get slow, or let's say you have a lot of excess inventory, or you just need to push out some inventory very quickly and you need some cash flow, selling a lot is a great thing to do. and sellers that come to me that are moving. So you know you're moving. You live in Minnesota and you're moving to Wyoming, or you're moving to Kansas, or you're moving to Alabama. Okay, so you're moving and you need to get rid of a bunch of your inventory, and you need to do it quickly. Throw it into lots. But when you are selling lots, okay, whether you're selling it just to move inventory or you're selling it because you're really looking to maximize your profit, think about what things go together. There was a YouTuber that will remain nameless who did a YouTube, this is a couple of years ago, saying, oh, selling in lots and bundles doesn't work because they tested it. So I was like, okay, let me take a look at this, because I was doing really well with wholesale lots and bundles. And what they did was men's shirts, and they took like a large and they put it with a medium. They had 2 or 3 different sizes of men's shirts in the same lot. That's unlikely to sell. Most people are going to want to buy all larges, all mediums, all smalls or extra small, or perhaps in a bundle they might do extra small and small if the things are very stretchy. With kids' clothes, they might do like 0 to 3 month and 3 to 6 month. They might bundle it together because the child's growing, that kind of idea. But to take a men's shirt, and I'm pretty sure it was all the same brand, I don't remember, and to put 2 or 3 different sizes in the same lot. And again, it wasn't a huge lot, so it wasn't a reselling lot. It was selling it like that an individual would buy it, like if I was shopping for my husband. And I'm going, well, of course it didn't sell, or it didn't sell for a good price, because the sizes make no difference to be put together. So for instance, I was grabbing this, like, this is a nice, fun, patriotic shirt. So this is a woman's large. So let's say I had half a dozen shirts that were all women's large. And I go on eBay because I'm cleaning out my closet, or let's say I went to a really good rummage sale, or I went to a great thrift shop and they had like maybe a bag where I could get a bag full of clothes for $1. So I'm just grabbing things and throwing them in, perhaps by brand. And let's say I have half a dozen shirts that when I go to list them, I'm only going to get like maybe $7.99 free shipping or $6.99 free shipping, which really means you're making like maybe $1 after paying for shipping and paying eBay. And I don't know about you, but that's a lot of work for $1. But when you can do, take those 3 or 4 shirts, right? They each would probably go for like $6.99, $7.99 a piece. Okay. And put them in a lot. So it's 4 women's shirts. For instance, let's say it's a well-known brand. Let's say it's Old Navy, okay? Or it's Donna Karan. But it's 4 or 5 shirts, Wrangler jeans. It's 4 or 5 of the same size. Now, it could be different brands. So maybe it's Free People, an Anthropologie brand, and something else, but they're all the same size. It would fit the same size person. So I could put them all in a grouping together, a bundle together. You're going to weigh them. Okay, so if it's under £1, I know I can ship it first class, which with women's tops or kids' clothes, you might be able to do a couple and still be under £1. Most likely, particularly for most adult clothing, if you're doing 2 or 3 items together, it's going to go over £1. So when it goes over £1, so let's say I have 4 of these tops and I'm going to do them for $30 free shipping, $29.99 free shipping. You're probably going to want to bump up because it's going to go over £1. And hang on a second. You're going to go onto the USPS website, and this is the priority mail padded flat rate envelope. It's padded, okay? And you can fit quite a bit in here. I have fit a pair of men's jeans in here. In fact, periodically in my Facebook groups, I'll post and say, what have you fit in here? Ballerina flats I fit in here. Definitely you can fit a bunch of small kids clothing in here. But you can definitely fit a couple of women's tops in here where it would go over £1. If I remember correctly, this is under $8 to ship with eBay shipping. Again, this is the padded flat rate envelope. And you do free shipping, $30 free shipping, $35 free shipping, whatever. They're getting priority mail. I'm getting the items sold. I'm not selling them for $6.99 free shipping. I'm putting 3 or 4 together. I'm doing a product bundle, but I'm doing a product bundle that makes sense to put together. Okay. Now, if it's a bigger product bundle, and I wrote things that bundle really well, and really there's just about any category. I worked with a home and garden seller who sells plants, and you can bundle plants. I mean, selling live plants, which you do have to be careful with the heat and everything, how you ship them. But he bundled plants. So definitely things like jeans, pants, shirts, leggings are great because they're very, very light, whether they're cropped or full length. Craft supplies are super. You can have a lot of fun with craft supplies. All different kinds of craft supplies are great to do in product bundles, also in wholesale bundles. So small retailers will come to me and they're closing their store, or they're closing their location, or they're moving, or they're downsizing, or they're changing their inventory. To do wholesale lots of things like craft supplies is super. Pet supplies is great. If you had a product bundle, for taking care of fish or a small dog or a larger dog or for cats, again, think what goes together. Kitchen product bundles are great. Kitchen utensils. Okay. So again, when you're looking at the item, particularly if it's going to sell for $9.99 and less with free shipping, look at it and go, what can I put with this that won't increase the weight dramatically? And always think about how much it's going to cost you to ship it. And it would make a nice bundle. Kitchen utensils are great, great bundle. Cutting boards. Oftentimes, I used to work retail and housewares, and oftentimes people like to have cutting boards in different sizes. So if you have a small cutting board, and perhaps when you're at the thrift store, or you're at the retail store, or you're at the outlet mall that has great prices, you could do perhaps a very small cutting board, almost the size you would do, like a small tomato on, then a medium size. You can always be thinking about weight with cutting boards because some of them can be very, very heavy. But they're terrific. Serving dishes, utensils, all kinds of things. So books. Now, books are really good to do by the author if you're going to be doing bundles, by theme. So it could be Westerns, romances, different periods of time. So for instance, I was going to be doing the Civil War period. Okay. So think about author, think about time period. Okay. Can be great because then you can mix. Like lots of romance, you could have some of this author and some of this author, make a wonderful thing. And don't forget, with your books, you can ship media mail. And media mail is such a great deal. It's really, really good. So take a look at that for your books. DVDs are another great one. Again, a lot of them just will not be for a lot of money. Particularly, I used to sell a lot of fitness DVDs. Is you can do it by the person who's doing the product. So for instance, like Tracy Austin has a lot. So you could look at like a bundle of Tracy Austin. Okay. I'm looking and Lydia's watching. So let's say Lydia had put out a bunch of fitness DVDs. I could put them in a bundle. The other thing you can do with something like fitness DVDs or style, again, is it Western? Are these romance? You could do it by the period. It's from the 50s. You could do style of film. Is it film noir? And if you're not sure what some of these terms are, like film noir, look at the title on the DVD. Google it. What do they say about this DVD? What kind is it? It could be by the director. For instance, like John Huston, very well-known director. Martin Scorsese. So I would have several of their DVDs, not necessarily by the actor or by the genre, but I could do it by the director. Another fun one to do is do it by the star. Okay, so for instance, my husband's a big fan of Frank Sinatra. So let's say we could do a bundle of DVDs of Frank Sinatra. So always be thinking outside the box. Okay, with clothing, very much style, the brand, the price, the size, the colors. Okay, but for things like media, for DVDs, for VHS, for books, think about genre. Think about the author. All of it can really make a difference. Okay, like you might have a bunch of books all about U.S. presidents. Theme. You just got a great theme, U.S. presidents. Craft supplies we talked about, and office supplies in general. Okay, like I sold a bunch of Sharpies a couple of months ago. People love Sharpies. Right? So I could do a wonderful thing of, magic markers. So you look at it and because it might be something that you don't think to buy in a lot, doesn't mean that somebody else won't purchase it in a lot. Now, one thing I did want to mention is if it does get heavier or it just gets to be a lot, like I'm trying to think of something that would be a lot. I did a lot for my husband's blue jeans several years ago. He had great boot cut blue jeans, which is a very specific style that people that tend to work ranches and work around animals tend to like boot cut because they're wearing boots. So what I did for his jeans, because when I did the research, they were all going for like around $10, $11, $12, which means I'm only going to make like a buck or two. I'm like, this isn't worth it, is take a look at the flat rate boxes. So besides your padded flat rate, okay, is you've got medium flat rate. And if your post office, now your post office is very unlikely to have the padded flat rate. You'll have to order these off the USPS website, but it's free. Only please do use this for padded priority mail. That's what they're intended for, okay? But a great one, if you're starting to go over a pound and you have a lot, is the medium flat rate box. Now, my post office carries these. These are great size, okay? So this is the medium. And if you don't know, medium flat rate comes in two shapes. So you have this, what I call this one. This is really good, by the way, for coats. You can also fit a gown in here in case you're doing that. But another size, and this one I have to get off the USPS website. I call this the boxy box. And I happen to really like this size. It has this size for medium flat rate. Okay, so you have this. And this, okay? I keep both sizes. So those are really, really, really good for things like a lot of clothing are really good in medium flat rate boxes. I sold several lots of children's clothing and I did them in medium flat rate box. So that's if you're just putting, so I'm moving inventory. I want to see cash. I want to get activity to my eBay listings. I'm just cleaning out my closet. I'm not necessarily concerned about profit margin. Maybe I'm a small retail store. I'm a seller that just has too much inventory and I just need some cash. And I'm throwing things into lots. I'm making it very attractive for people that are looking for a good value or also potentially for a reseller. Now, this is another one to do, and this is more along the line of a bundle. Okay, so that was more for lots. Like I'm doing 6 pairs of jeans together. I'm doing maybe 15, 20 books together. Same thing, 10, 15 DVDs. But more product bundles, and I wanted to show you this. So this was a search I did on eBay, and hang on a second. So what I searched, and I just did this as an example, and you can do this in any category. So what I did was I searched baby dresses for babies, okay? And hang on a second, let me just show this to you. So all I did was search on eBay for baby dresses, okay? There we go. And this is what came up, okay? And seriously, I encourage you to search this in any category where you're looking to move. And let's say, and there's an awful lot of baby dresses, okay, which is no surprise. And I picked a category that there was going to be a lot in, okay? So if you search baby dresses, there's 2,103 baby dresses right now listed on eBay. And if I remember correctly, I did search this by US only. So hang on a second. Let me make sure I did just do US only. I did buy it now, so I did not include auction, and I did US only, okay? So a little over 2,000 for buy it now, US only, okay? So that's a lot. That's 2,000. So that means if I'm listing the baby dress that I found, or the baby dress that I'm sourcing, or the baby dress because I'm decluttering my home, I'm up against a lot of other sellers, okay? Now, this is what was interesting. So again, if you've got an eBay store, you've got Terrill. Okay, I'm sorry, everybody has Terrill now. I have to keep remembering that. So you can certainly search Terrill. All I did was searched with eBay search. Okay, this was my big research tool for this, was eBay search. Then what I did was, and you can do this using the left navigation bar. I'm on a computer. Or you can do the upper right-hand corner. And I was searching sold. So let me see if I can do it. I love eBay. Here we are. See all. Hang on a second. This is what I wanted. Sold. Let me make sure it comes up. Okay, good. And just for you to know, green means it's sold. And I just did sold. I did completed. And I sorted by ended recently. So this is the first thing to note with this, because what I'm looking at is how can I bundle, how can I do lots to get my items sold, okay? First one is it's interesting, a lot of 2 sold. Somebody put 2 together. Again, particularly baby stuff is so lightweight. It's really great to do several items together because the shipping is so little. So notice the very first one that comes up is a lot, okay? This is what I wanted to show you. Now, this is a christening outfit, okay? So obviously very specific and very beautiful. Somebody got a nice price with $48. But notice it comes with the little cap, okay? So we've got a cap that comes with it. And notice right underneath, we have a really cute little dress with a headband. And this is what I wanted to point out to you. And I'm going to keep going. So we had one with a little cap, one with a headband. I'm going to keep going here. And again, I'm just another one with a little headband. So cute. Aren't they so cute? And then we got one here. It comes like with a little pant, little diaper cover, little pull-up. 2 crochet baby dress with underwear. So they've got the little pant, little underwear. And then here with diaper cover. Okay. So this is what I wanted to point out is that when you're looking at, let me just stop that. So something like, I mean, a baby dress is very clear, like for a kid's dress is, could I add a barrette? The band, the little diaper cover. Now, actually, if I'm outsourcing, so let's say I'm outsourcing and I actually sold some really cute baby dresses about a year ago, is looking at them. If there's a lot of similar dresses, so let's say I'm listing and it's not a super well-known high-end brand name, okay? So there are a lot of other cute, let's say pink floral dresses, either used or new with tag. Is there a little something that I could add that is not heavy? This is the big thing to remember with this. I don't want something that is going to really increase the weight, okay? So something that's only a couple of ounces. Is there something that makes sense to include with this that would help it sell? A barrette, a little head bow for the little girls' dresses makes a lot of sense, okay? So for instance, like with the DVDs, if I'm doing a lot of DVDs, is there a DVD cleaner perhaps I could put in, or cleaning cloth I can put in, okay? If I'm selling, let's say, a lot of men's shoes, okay, let's say I'm doing a lot of sneakers or something like that, perhaps do I have a nice pair of brand new athletic socks that I can include as a bonus? I know when I used to work retail, a lot of this was gift with purchase. I'm going to show my retail signs on this, right? So you would buy this item and then you got the dust cloth, the bow, the hand towel. Kitchen utensils is perfect, right? Kitchen utensils and a nice kitchen towel, or kitchen towel, and then you also get a wooden spoon. Because what I'm looking to do, because remember, the goal is how can I increase my sales? How can I do it without spending a lot of money? One is start throwing things in lots, especially things that are light, because I'm only going to maybe pay 30 cents more in shipping, 40 cents more in shipping, 50 cents or even $1. But I can bump the price up. Like if each of these items sell for $9.99 free shipping, so I put them together so it's $19.99, but it's only really costing me like maybe $1 more from the first listing to add the second one. So instead of 20, maybe I can make that $16.99 because then it's really attractive and they're getting free shipping. And I actually make more money because I'm combining the 2 items and shipping them together. Again, the girl's dress with the little bow, the boys thing with a really cute little pair of boys socks, okay? The sneakers with the socks, the item with the cleaning cloth. How can I add something that's going to give it a little, a little extra something? A water bottle. I've got my water bottle. I've seen this done. So the water bottle, perhaps with, the sweat wristband, okay? Or a cooling towel with the water bottle. I mean, what a great, or I've got the nice baseball hat with the cooling towel, okay? So again, always think about, and that's called a product bundle, because I'm taking the one item and I'm putting something with it, okay? It would be, perhaps the nice pen, but let's say this was a nice pencil, really pretty pencil of some kind or pencil set. And I would include a nice eraser or a nice case to put them into. I'm taking the items and I'm bundling it. And the thing is, whatever you're bundling with it, that it's lightweight. Okay, so I don't want to like skyrocket my shipping, but it increases the perceived value of the item. And even better, more points for you if it's things you have on hand. So I have the pens, I'm adding the Sharpie. I have the Sharpie, I'm adding the case, or I'm adding the cleaning cloth, or whatever. So always think about these things that I'm selling. Is there a little something extra I can put in that's going to help it to stand out, like those dresses with the little headbands, with the diaper cover? I have several pairs of jeans, all the same brand, the same size. Why not put them together in a bundle? I can ship them in a medium flat rate box. I increase my profit. The buyer sees that they're getting better value. So lots means I'm throwing a lot together. Bundle is I'm taking a few items and maybe adding a little something, or I'm just taking a few items and putting them together because they make sense together. Again, it's not going to make sense if I'm taking them and they're all different sizes. That would be more like a resale lot that I'm taking maybe 50, 60 items, 20, 30 items, and throwing them together in a really big resale lot. It works. It works. It helps you. And again, particularly if you're stuck and you don't have a lot of new inventory and you're looking to create some new listings, look at what you have. Could you take down perhaps a couple of old listings, combine the items and make a really attractive lot out of it? Boom, you've got a brand new listing. You already have all the measurements and everything because you had the items listed, but now you have them together and maybe you add that little something, the little pen, the little case, the little bow, the pair of socks, and then you have a wonderful bundle and a wonderful lot, and you increase your sales. Now, it's not too late to be attracting Father's Day shoppers. They're still going to be shopping. Father's Day, from everything I've been reading, and I take a look at what's called the National Retail Federation, which is the big organization that works with brick and mortar retailers. They are predicting a really, really, really profitable Father's Day season this year, which is great. And again, you may be looking at your inventory thinking, oh, I don't really have things that are applicable to Father's Day. And I bet you do. Because again, it may be something that you don't think is a Father's Day item, but somebody else does. And what I've done is if you hop over to my website, I love to be selling, I've got a great free tip sheet for you. It's 44 killer products ideas for Father's Day, and grab it. Just like the information I was giving you about bundling and lots, I give you 44 ideas, and this is from my retail experience. And I was in brick and mortar retail here in New York City for over 25 years. I've put together pages and pages and pages of product ideas that I know sell for Father's Day. And again, you'll go through the things you have listed and you may not have thought it as a Father's Day item. It is. And there's ways that you can feature that on social media, or you may have unlisted inventory and you'll be looking at it and going, oh, you're reading the list that I give you and you go, oh, I have that. It's in that pile of unlisted inventory. Boom, you get it listed and you get a sale. So hop over to my website. I love to be selling.com, grab 44 killer product ideas for Father's Day, and get busy getting those sales coming. And again, bundles will do that for you, and wholesale lots. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling.